Now we're headed to Cameroon, to the Africa Cup of Nations, where the hosts have just won their quarter-final match against the Gambia with a final score of 2-0. Our sports reporter James Vasina was there in the stadium. He joins us on the line with the details from that match. James, it's been a big day there in Cameroon with a win on home soil for the hosts. They beat the Gambia 2-0. Tell us how the team got to that victory.
Well, that's right. It's a massive win for them. They're the first team to make it through to the semi-final. But it didn't look like it was going to be very easy at the start, to be honest with you. I mean, they pushed very, very hard right from the start. And you could see they were trying to go through to try and get that early goal. And they had some great opportunities. Colin Fye blasting a shot, just not quite getting there. Boubacar also getting close with a header. But after that, Boubacar Gueye, the Gambia's goalkeeper, made an absolutely stunning save from close range. That was in the 35th minute. And at that point, it looked like the Gambia were really going to manage to hold on. And that was what was really crucial for them to get to the end of this first half without conceding a goal. So really, whilst they managed to hold off Cameroon in the first half, the second half was very different for them. Just at 5 minutes in, Karl Toko-Ekambi managed to open the score. And to be honest with you, for the Gambia's goalkeeper, that would have been a disappointment because it was a much easier save on his side rather than what he produced in the first half. And Tom Saintfiet, the Gambia's head coach, went ahead and made a bold move and made three big changes, bringing on some offensive players to try and turn the game around. But had they only just touched the pitch, that Toko-Ekambi once again managed to find the net and double that for the host. So for the host nation. So really, in the end, it was a tough time for the Gambia, who managed to go through without conceding another goal after that, even though Boubacar came very close to putting in the third one towards the end of the match. But for the Gambia, it did prove to be a very tough challenge for them today. 0 shots on target on their side, which really goes to say how much of a struggle it was for them up front. They had a lot of players missing. Ablaye Diallo, one of their top strikers, was not available for the game today, and that, of course, left an impact, as it would for them, on their game. But nevertheless, for the Gambia, this does remain a massive victory. Getting so far to the quarterfinals is something that they would not have imagined heading into the tournament if they come to the Africa Cup of Nations for the very first time. So they will be going home happy. Of course, slightly disappointed because it is the end of a fairy tale, but this is a massive day for them as well. But of course, for now, it's the Cameroonians who are celebrating, and you can probably hear from behind me the crowds chanting and the haze of vuvuzelas coming from all around the stadium.
I can well imagine. Now, as you mentioned, Cameroon is the first team to go through to the semi-finals. Next up in the quarterfinals, we have Tunisia playing Burkina Faso. How's that match shaping up?
Well, in that sense, these are two teams who are going in, having started their campaign here on a much different note. They both lost their opening games, and they also had a lot of struggle with a big outbreak of COVID-19 in their squad. So that really affected them throughout the group stages. They've managed to make it through so far, but for Tunisia, they are going into this after having beaten Nigeria, who were one of the favourites to probably go at least further and one of the powerhouses of African football. But for them, well, that will definitely be a boost for them as they probably step in slightly more favourably than Burkina Faso, and that game getting underway in Garoua, and we'll find out who will be the second team to find their spot in this semi-final.
We will indeed. Thank you very much, James Vasina, reporting for us there from the Africa Cup of Nations